Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn what is the difference between SonarQube Cloud and SonarQube Server. Let's say you are a DevOps engineer, you are configuring CI/CD pipeline for the team that you are actually working with. One of the major requirement is to integrate code quality scan as part of your CI/CD pipeline configuration. So which tool would you use? So there are various tools out there in the market, but SonarQube is one of the popular static code analysis tool. So using SonarQube, you can check your source code for finding any bugs or vulnerabilities or any kind of a code smells in your source code, irrespective of that technology stack. So how do you choose which SonarQube that is good for your project? So let's find out. Let's go to SonarQube website. If you type SonarQube download and if you click on SonarQube website, so you can see over here, right? So if you see here, so SonarQube has primarily two major versions, SonarQube Cloud and then SonarQube Server. So let's try to identify what is the difference between these two and then when you can use SonarQube Cloud versus SonarQube Server. I also have all the differences documented over here as well. So let's quickly take a look at it. So what is SonarQube Cloud? So SonarQube Cloud is a cloud-based offering from SonarQube, where everything is hosted in the cloud environment, where you don't have to worry about managing the servers or anything like that. That is something that will be taken care by the product itself. All you have to do is you can integrate from your CI/CD tool. You can use either GitHub Actions or Jenkins or Azure DevOps or GitLab and so on. And then of course Bitbucket too. And then what is SonarQube Server? So SonarQube Server is nothing but it is completely hosted on the infrastructure. So if you have to set up SonarQube Server, you need to create a VM and then you can configure your SonarQube Server on that VM where you are managing everything. So this also has advantage as well, right? Let's say that you want to have complete over your SonarQube Server. You don't want to expose your code into a cloud-based version. Then you can actually go for SonarQube Server where everything is hosted on your infrastructure. So this obviously requires server setup and database and maintenance and so on. So let's also try to find out more differences as well. So like I said, SonarQube Server is completely self-hosted, right? Either it can be on-prem or private cloud, but SonarQube Cloud is completely hosted on the cloud. This is a pure SaaS solution. And SonarQube Server, yes, you have to configure everything yourself. But whereas SonarQube Cloud, you don't have to configure anything. Everything is configured by the product itself. Obviously, you manage everything, but whereas SonarQube Cloud, it is literally like zero maintenance. Okay. And then what is the cost? So SonarQube Server has various flavors. If you go to SonarQube website, if you click on SonarQube Server, there you go. You all see here, right? So obviously, whenever you configure SonarQube Server, so what you're going to have is a community version, but this also has other flavors as well, right? So depending on your budget, you can choose one of the three over here. But whereas SonarQube Cloud, this is completely based on subscription model. So they're going to charge you based on how many lines of code they're actually scanning. And it is free for all public repositories. And then of course, data control, yes, if you have configured everything on the server where you have full control, like I mentioned, but you have to be careful when you are integrating with SonarQube Cloud because all your code, everything is stored in the cloud infrastructure. And then yes, this is best for enterprises and regulated organizations, especially like if you're working for any government organization where they don't want to expose their code outside their network, then it is advisable to go for SonarQube Server versus SonarQube Cloud. And then you can very well integrate with any popular CI/CD tool for integrating with SonarQube Server. And then for integrating with the SonarQube Cloud, you can use these four tools. For example, if you go to SonarQube Cloud website, basically the website is this, right? SonarCloud.io, and you can clearly see here. So these are the SCM tools that you can actually integrate with. So pretty much all four you can integrate, and then of course you can also integrate with Jenkins as well. And then when it comes to branch PR analysis in the SonarQube Server, yes, you need to have developer edition or higher. If you're using SonarQube Server community version, obviously you can't perform branch or PR analysis, but whereas you have all this capability in the SonarCube, cloud version. And then when it comes to customization, yes, it kind of supports, all kind of plugins and all, you can create custom rule and everything you can actually do. But whereas over here, you have limited customization. Whereas in the SonarCube Cloud, you have limited, customization. And scalability, obviously, if you're using SonarCube Server, especially if you have, configured SonarCube Server in the Kubernetes, so obviously, right, you can scale however you wanted. But when it comes to a cloud version, this has auto scaling capability. All right. So when you can use SonarCube Cloud, so like I mentioned, especially if you're working for a company where you are using GitHub or Azure DevOps or Bitbucket or GitLab, where everything is like configured by these platform, so you can set up your code quality scan quickly by integrating with all these CI/CD offerings. Okay, so especially if you're looking for a cloud hosted service, then go for SonarCube Cloud, where if you want to host everything on premises, or if you want to host on your infrastructure, then you can go for SonarCube Server. All right. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm really looking forward to see you all in the next video. Thank you so much, guys.